Well, on this 1977 Briggs & Stratton, so that's the circa of this machine, this generator. Checked the mail when I got home yesterday, got the coil, got it gapped, got a decent spark. She popped off and labored a little bit, kind of ran, and I'm doing it in the house, just a little bit, I just drizzled a little gas on her gizzard, and it took off. It didn't kick up like I thought it would, but then again, there wasn't enough gas in it, and I'll show you why. You see something's missing here, right? Yeah. Ethanol gas, people, ruins your power equipment. So I got the ultrasonic warming up here. I gotta go to Walmart, so unfortunately. But let's see here. You see that? That's the White Death. That's from ethanol fuel laying in there and eating, it's aluminum corrosion, and you can't stop it once it starts. And it's a shame because these carburetors, the original ones, are better than what you can buy the Chinese aftermarket repops. But ethanol fuel was left in it. You can't, with a Briggs, you do not take this apart. Do not take this bowl off. This is an updraft flow jet. To get that off, I have to clean that out to get the emulsion tube out. Because the emulsion tube runs up here into the top of the throttle body. It acts as a venturi and pulls fuel up in on the idle circuit. And if you pull that bowl apart with that emulsion tube in there, you're going to bend it. And then it's going to constantly leak gas. It's going to leak gas from here. It's going to leak gas from here. And people don't realize that. You have to pull that tube out before you separate the throttle body from the bowl. And, well, the float ain't moving. So I can almost guarantee you that's damn near probably full of that White Death, which is unfortunate. And the brass pieces inside are going to be ate away. But I'm going to dunk the whole thing in the ultrasonic. Got it set for 80 degrees Celsius, so it's halfway there. And then I'll set it for a timer for 10 minutes on ultrasonic. I'll just leave it warm up for a while in the solution. I did so my solution consists of about half a bottle of this amount, and then the rest is tap water. And I'm just going to submerge the whole thing before I even try taking it apart, just to loosen everything, like pre-loosen it and then clean all the grime off it. And then get it out. It'll be warm and everything will come apart easier. But people say, well, I put stable in my gas. Well, if you buy gas that don't have the crap in that you have to put stable in to prevent, then you don't have the problem, the after effects. I mean, because it'll separate. Ethanol fuel separates. Non-ethanol fuel doesn't. Put some in a clear jug. Set it on a bench. Leave it set for a couple months and see how that water separates from, well, I don't know what the others, it's the ethanol. So ethanol is alcohol. You get a lot of water and that alcohol will eat and dry out all the rubber seals and lines. And so another thing that I know is going to be bad is the float valve, where the needle and seat is. It's got like a Viton tip. This might not have it because it's a 77, and that will seal the gas coming in. So if you're having problems with that leaking, up in there, that emulsion tube sits down into a polished face, more or less, and that's like a contact seal. And once that starts leaking, especially if you take this apart with the emulsion tube still in there, then it's going to continuously leak. And I know y'all that's experienced with some motors know these Briggs carbs will leak. That's why I have the main tap and the bottoming tap that was specially designed for these carburetors, and they're not produced anymore. I was lucky to find a set. So once I get that emulsion tube out, I'll run those taps in and clean it, chase the threads. And then hopefully I'll have a working generator unit here. Now that's the next thing. Making sure the gen head works. It could be the voltage regulator. I don't know. I don't know what the story is on this. It was just given to me. So, because I know about Briggs motors. So the motor has compression. The head gasket's good. It's sealed. The valves are sealing and seating. It, like I said, it did run temporarily, but it didn't come all the way up the throttle. It just kind of puttered along. So I know it'll work. It'll run. But yeah, I'd love to get this gen head, or make sure this gen head is usable, because she's a heavy girl. She's a big girl, and a lot heavier than my Predator one. But my Predator one's getting to be a little not too great. So, but yeah, that was the plan for this afternoon. Get that all taken apart. It probably won't even go back together, because I might have a carb rebuild kit for that style. I'm not sure, but I'll have to dig around and look.